Morning ladies, welcome to week 2 of August's Coffee and Card. I hope you're enjoying our little spacemen and space dogs. So this is the card I've made today, and as you can see I'm actually using this paper. It is mercury glass acetate, it's called, and you'll be able to see from your kit that the other side is a colour. So this is strictly the back of the paper, of the acrylic, but I just thought it looked really nice actually, just as a background for these cards, so I hope you like. So additional supplies you're going to need today, your Stampin' Write colours 2020 to 2022 if you have them. If not, you know, some nice yellow just to jazz up the spaceman, and I've just used blue on the collar here, so any other colours that you've got will work perfectly well. And then you've got everything else that came with the set. Right, so we'll put everything to one side. Can you still see that card? You can. Okay, and I'm just going to open the pack. Woohoo! I haven't actually run out of the acrylic packaging, but I'm using them when I'm donating cards to charity, so they're sort of easy clean. So we've moved on to some paper bags, although I realised as I was packing them that 7x5 envelopes will work as well, but these are recycled, so at least it's not single use. It has been used before. Right, okay, so you've got your 3 circles for stamping on, some basic white for the inside, your Bermuda blade background, and then this is it. So this one has got a pink back, some of you have got a purple one, as I say, it goes with the Hydrangea Haven stuff. And I bought some because I like the look of it and didn't know what to do with it, and then I've used it a few times as a background and I think it works really well. And then your card base in your envelope as usual. Okay, so I think we'll start with some stamping. I've stamped the inside and the front of this one, and I think I'll go for the girl this time. So let's just double check she fits, because she has got arms aloft. Only just. Well, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. So I do these things so you don't have to, as the saying goes, or as my saying goes. So I've popped that on the block, and I'm getting memento ink, obviously, which also you need. You've got to put that on your supplies. You've got to stamp her with something. Okay. And then we're just going to pop the circle there and get as much of her as I can within the circle. There. She would fit if I'd inked all the way across. Always check. See, that's the thing with my videos, what you see is what you get. Right, so yeah, definitely ink all the way across, and I'm just going to stamp again, keeping her inside the circle. There we go. Okay, there she is. Perfect, fits really nicely actually. So I'll just wipe that off. Okay, now because I've used the underside, we've got a little bit of a ridge on it, which actually, when you think she's supposed to be in some sort of space bubble, I'm here. If you're not happy with that, what you can do is take your bone folder and then just run it round just to flatten it out a little bit and just make it a little bit less obvious. Obviously wait until your ink's dry before you do it, although this ink does dry incredibly quickly, which is why I like it so much, because black inks do have a tendency not to dry. There we go, so that looks a bit neater. Okay, so then we'll get these other 2. So we need a So we need a space doggy. Now normally I would say when you're stamping, use a block that's slightly bigger than the stamp you're using, because it saves you getting ink on the outside. However, when you're going to stamp on a shape like this, you don't want the edges of the shape to be distorted. Okay, so use a bigger block. Double check, yeah, we're inked. And I'm just going to put, again, he only just fits. Hopefully he fits. Yep, just lost a little bit of his tail, but there he is. Okay, and then the sentiment is reach for the stars, which I think is a good idea generally, basically. Now I'm finding I keep rocking this one because they're quite small stamps, but they're on big blocks because we need them to be. I'm just going down slowly and trying to press as evenly as I can without rocking. There we go, that's better. Right, so that's my stamping done. So now we're going to do some colouring. She lies. This is not my stamping finished. Now, I find with long sentiments it's really difficult to get them straight. And I have a lovely friend called Joan, who unfortunately is no longer with us, who her answer to this was never try to. So if you haven't tried to stamp straight, it doesn't matter if it's not. So I'm just going to pop this on its long block, and Celebrating You is a blast, so it's the right way up. But what I'm going to do is stamp it at an angle. Okay, so just put your stamp at the angle you want. There we go. Celebrating You is a blast. And then I've just added a rocket and some stars. And I didn't bother colouring these bits in. You can if you want. So, inked. So put your rocket anywhere you want. And I am going to use a little block for the stars because I'm just scattering these randomly. You could even colour your stars in using little dots of Wink of Stella. How cute would that be? So, here we go. So, random stars. Just turning my card around as I do them. So you've got them in clumps, some of them going off. Yeah, just do one more there. So there we go. So decorate those as you want. I think I'm going to do some down here actually. I quite fancy a couple down there. I think that. Ooh. Now, as you can see, I'm in a much more starry mood today than I was when I designed the card. Got a bit bonkers with those stars. So, but if you want to colour in the inside as well, you can. No problem there. That really is the stamping done. I'm going to pop my ink away on its shelf, and let's concentrate on the top. Okay, so shall we stick that in first? So this one's going in the middle. What I also didn't say at the beginning is I'm going to use, to stick this down, I'm using double-sided tape. And because I find it doesn't show, you've got to be careful with anything see-through, like the vellums are so-and-so to glue down to anything. But on this, because it's got the pattern on, you don't really see the double-sided tape. You do on plain acetate, unfortunately, that you either have to cover it up or live with it. Anyone who saw the video on the spanner card, will have seen that. So that's going on there. So I'm just going to get some of my tear and tape. Should be here somewhere. Here it is. Rolio adhesive, decoupage facile, apparently in French. And I just need to find it nice and narrow. Just need to find the edge. There it is. Okay. Oh, and it's very sticky. It's a new roll. So as it says, it tears. And then down here, tears. So it's a lovely day outside. I've actually got the window open, so that's why you can hear the DPD van delivering. Hopefully for next door. Okay. So there we go. So I've got my double-sided tape in place. And what I'm going to do is just open up a couple of corners. So basically, I'm just going to stick that down, lift off. I have got it, just doesn't want to come. So lift off the backing. And then on the same on the other corner. That's quicker. And then lift off the backing on this side as well. My wish has been answered, it is for next door. So I don't have to go running off and edit. Right, okay, so that's stuck down. So what I do now, because I've got 2 sticky corners and 2 non-sticky corners, is I line up my non-sticky corners where I want them to be, so things are nice and straight, she says, without moving it. Okay, so I think we are, yes, happy with that. Then oh, it keeps wiggling. Stick down the sticky corners, pull off your tape, stick the rest down. Okay, because to be honest, the only downside with tear and tape is once it's down, it's down. Oops, don't scratch it with your nail because that does show. Use your fingers. Ah, interesting addition to the pattern there. Right. So that's just, I do apologise for that racket. It should be gone in a minute. Okay, then I'm just going to glue that onto the front. Yeah, it's going to take about 4 goes to reverse round the close. I do apologise. There we go. No. Good grief, sir. That's taken you a while. Right. Okay, so we're now all stuck down. So, and obviously before we put these on, we're going to do some colouring. So, I'm going to actually start with the yellow. The colours as such. So I'm using yellow for a hair and Misty Moonlight for the doggy's collar. So there we go. And then colouring the star in with the bumblebee. The more adventurous among you may want to colour in her face and her eyes and everything. I'm not that good at colouring. I am getting better. There's a great free colouring site called Kit and Clowder, which really good at showing you how to colour. I mean, to do it properly takes hours. But it's nice for a little relax every now and then. Okay, and then I'm going to take the lighter one. Yep. Oh, I've not coloured her belt in. Duh. Just let me colour her belt in as well, then I know where I'm leaving yellow. So just put that there. Okay. So I'm using the lighter one. I'm just going to colour in her gloves. This time I'm using the smaller tip because I'm just colouring small areas. So more like a traditional felt tip pen. Sorry if you've got my hair in the way. Nope. And boots. And I'm going to colour the base of her boots in darker. And then quickly just go back to the belt. There we go. Colour in her. Yeah, I think, you know, our space and aficionados amongst us would know that that ain't going to work as a painted space helmet. Can't have gaps in a painted space helmet. And I'm sticking with the light and I'm just going to colour in the dog. Just colouring in his spots. Because I was just thinking, I bet he'd look really cute in cinnamon cider actually. Lovely spotted dog. Just getting the edge of that tail there. And then I'll get the darker one out. And then we're nearly done with the colouring. We just need to finish off the card. Right, so again I'm going to use the narrow one. As I said, the narrow one has got the little line by, so you can tell which is which before you open it, which I've only recently discovered after using Stampin' Up products for about 7 years, although these are quite new. There we go. Okay, so I haven't used our Wink of Stella on this card because I thought it's probably got enough glitz from the paper, from the acetate, but you know, if you wanted to add some glitter, some extra glitter, you can, and then we just need some dimensionals to stick it onto the card. So I'll treat myself to a nearly new pack. Okay, and I put quite a few on here. It's quite a large circle. Yep, just the paper, no dimensional. Bizarre. Okay, another one there. Just put one in the middle for good luck. Okay, I'm just going to pop those off. So I put her, that's not the one on. Just going to put her probably up and to the left. So if we just pop our upside down dog on and our sentiment, and then I'm just going to put her just going this way. I want to put her there on this one. As you can see, I put the little boy somewhere else. A couple of dimensionals on here. This one. 2. Three. Just putting those, taking those off. And I'm actually going to put, I wasn't sure whether to put the sentiment straight or on the diagonal. So on the diagonal reflects the inside, but I think I prefer it straight on the front. So I'm just going to put that there because nobody else is straight. So, and then another 3 on the back of the dog. And we should be done. So how you all enjoying looking at the new catalogue, eh? Some gorgeous Christmassy stuff in that. It really is loads of Christmassy stuff in it this time. And don't forget, if you do want to become a demonstrator, you get the 20% discount off everything you buy. Plus, the joining offer at the moment is you get £130 worth of stuff for £99, plus a bundle from the new catalogue, the new mini catalogue, for free. So, and I think they're costing like up to £50. So, you know, it's quite a good offer, that one. If you're thinking of joining at all, either as a hobby demonstrator or as making it a business, then give me a shout. Right, so there we go. So that's card number 2 done. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye.